Shift number 4, sow abundantly. When we sow the gospel abundantly, God reaps an abundant harvest. And it's really all about spreading the gospel. When you think of the parable of the sower that Jesus told, you know, the one where the farmer, he's throwing seed all around. He threw some on the road that got eaten by the crows. He threw some in really shallow ground that only really grew up a little bit and then died, withered in the sun. Some that got strangled by the weeds, and then some that really grew an abundant harvest. If you think about it, that was a pretty terrible farmer. What kind of farmer doesn't find the good ground first and then seek to sow the seed there? Well, that's not the picture that Jesus gives us. Jesus gives us this picture of a guy who was so excited about planting, he just threw it everywhere. Because really, the gospel is good news. You're presenting the news that you are forgiven, you're set free. And really, the gospel begins before Christ. It begins with creation. You know, where we're both created, that's probably a pretty important part. We're fallen because of sin. How God had tried to redeem mankind through Abraham and through Moses, given a picture of what that earthly or that heavenly Messiah would be through an earthly King David. And then getting to Christ. Sometimes because we end up presenting Christ as a solution without actually presenting the problem. That, hey, you're a pretty broken dude, just like all of us. We miss the story of God glorifying himself by redeeming man from the very beginning. One of the tools we use to do this and to plant the seed of the gospel abundantly is called 3 stories. So you're going to learn a lot more about this later. But what if spreading the gospel was not the exception, like it is in most of our churches, but it was the norm? So here's a question to think about, something to do. Write a 5-sentence synopsis of the gospel. And if you want a hint, look at 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verses 1 through 10. I'll get you started. Think about it.